Hey guys, I am Adam, and welcome to the Vintage Sanctuary. My last video highlighted 2 dog food company cards, but because dogs are not the only household pets and diversification is a key investment strategy, I also picked up the big cat at the National. Now I know for some of you, talking about cards as an investment is a pet peeve. But if you want to get me some help, you can each put a little money in the kitty. Actually, I'm not sure I need psychological help. I am feline just fine. Not sure how many more YouTube bad humor strikes I have left. Turns out I already had one big cat card prior to the National, leading to the title of this video, 2 big cats are better than 1. But before I show you the card and talk about the big cat, a quick story from the National. I was introduced to Dr. Jim Beckett at the Thursday night YouTube gathering. So I said, "Hi Jim, great to meet you." I did not realize who he was. When I was made aware that he was the Dr. Jim Beckett, I said, "Jim, it's still great to meet you. Let me get you looking at my national pickup while we talk about the big cat." Johnny Mize, nicknamed the Big Cat. Cardinal teammate Stan Musial had the following to say about him. "Did you ever see a pitcher knock him down at the plate? Remember how he reacted when brushed back. He'd just lean back and on his left foot, bend his body back and let the pitch go by. Then he'd lean back into the batter's box and resume his stance, as graceful as a big cat." Johnny Mize, the big 6'2", 220-pound first baseman, first for the Cardinals, then the Giants, and finally the Yankees. He led or tied for the National League lead in home runs 4 times. Wow. Imagine if a player did that today, how much hype there would be. He led in RBIs 3 times. And in batting once with a .349 batting average in 1939. Not only that, the Big Cat hit 3 homers in one game, a record 6 times. Wow. Mize was the National League MVP runner-up in both the 39 and 40 seasons. Mize spent 43 through 1945 in military service during World War II. But sometime after returning from military service, Mize did the unbelievable. He became the only player ever to hit at least 50 homers in a season and strike out less than 50 times. In 1947, the graceful Big Cat had a whopping 51 home runs to go along with a measly 42 strikeouts. Wow. The Big Cat was traded to the Yankees during the 1949 season. Was he washed up? No. He became a valuable contributor during the Yankees' 5 straight World Series championships of 49 through 53. In fact, Mize was the leading hitter of the 1952 World Series, batting .400, including 3 home runs. In October 1953, Mize announced his retirement. He said he would rather retire while he was still popular with fans than to hang around until they started to boo. The Big Cat finished his Hall of Fame career with 359 home runs and a .312 batting average. The card you are looking at is a card I have wanted for a long time. 1952 Topps. Hall of Famer, underrated slugger, Yankee contributor, cool nickname, the Big Cat because he was a big slugger but graceful like a cat. How cool is that? Apparently so big, they had to put him on a horizontal card. All right, let's check out this beauty in more detail. Wow. Look at that. Look at the purple. That background is just gorgeous. And notice how they've kind of made it sort of white around his head and around the bat ends there, the bat knobs. Such a beautiful card. Look at the centering on this card. Look how sharp these corners are. Now this lower left corner is perfectly rounded, so I'm giving it a 10 for pet safety. But the rest of these corners are nice and sharp, so, pets beware. By the way, I have to give some credit to Pepino Man because he was the first to use the humor about how these sharp corners could be dangerous to pets. All right, let's take a look at the back. Wow, such a gorgeous card. Nicely centered on the back, too. The big cat has smashed more home runs and hits than any other active player in baseball today. Wow. How much hype would there be over a player in the league today who had smashed more home runs and hits than any other active player? Now, it looks like in this lower left corner, there's a bit of a bend. You don't really notice it much this way. I think it's just a little bit of a factory wrinkle in the paper stock. This is such a gorgeous card. At the National, the dealer wanted 125. I offered him 100. And we had a deal. Notice the image is a little bit blurry, but apparently the cameraman did not put his camera in HD mode because I think the original picture that this card is based on was blurry. All of these are blurry. All of the 52 Topps Mize. And this one actually has pretty nice registration for, quite nice registration for the issue. Such a gorgeous, beautiful card from such an iconic set. All right. Now, as mentioned, this was my national Big Cat pickup, but I already had another Big Cat card, one I had picked up in May of 2021 at a sweet and low buy it now price. Just a recommendation, you might want to get your collecting bibs on because you'll be in drool mode soon enough. So here it comes. Are you ready? My other Big Cat card. Raise this camera a little bit. Check this out. Wow. Wow. Look at that gorgeous vintage art. Look at how fresh this card is. It turns out just a couple days ago, I went down to my local drugstore and was checking out the baseball cards. They happen to have a pack of 52 Topps left over, so I picked that up for a nickel, and I pulled this screaming beauty right out of that pack. Okay, a little bit of fibbing going on there. Look at how clean and sharp this card is. I mean, that's just ridiculous. Near Mint 7 SGC from the Lionel Carter collection. Don Field of Dreams talked about this collection and has a card from this collection. I believe this collector had a penchant for really sharp cards prior to professional grading services. Wow, a little bit of factory ink there, but that doesn't bother me a bit. These colors are so fresh. This card is just pristine. Wow, I mean, here's some corners that are not kid-friendly. Any chipping on the back? Not that I can see. Wow. The Big Cat was the leading hitter in the 1952 World Series. He got 6 hits in 15 trips for a .400 average, and 3 of the hits were home runs. Wow. I mean, this card is ridiculous. This card is outrageously nice. Let me show you both of these stunners at once. How cool is this? The first 2 Topps cards of the graceful Big Cat Johnny Mize. Look at that. I tell you, any month that I can add a 1952 Topps or a 1953 Topps to my collection is just a great month. Well, for that matter, any month that I can add a vintage card to my collection that I like, of course, I generally only collect cards I like, obviously, is just a fantastic month. So I would love to hear your comments about the big cat below. Thank you for sharing in my joy. I hope you had a wonderful and peaceful time in the Vintage Sanctuary.